salty, spicy, and you better believe there's a whole lot of crispy. Secret to these wings? Well, you'll have to watch to find out. These are my Vietnamese fried chicken wings. All right, let's fry some chicken.
Let's do it.
Did I just chew my
chicken tonight? What are we having tonight, Marion?
So
what do you feel like?
That's so embarrassing. That is not to go in the edit. Now I'm doing it accidentally. Okay friends, so there are a couple of really cool techniques here for how we get the crispiest wings. First up though, let's get into some marinating, and I've got some whole chicken wings here, but I prefer to cut them a little smaller. I like more like kind of dainty pieces. Give it a crack, and you've got your little drumette, and you've got your little wingtip guy here. Now that's totally personal preference. You could leave them whole if you would like. Now, because you know me by now and I know you guys by now, I know that there are going to be some comments here down the bottom saying, can I do this with drumsticks? And my answer is, yes, you can. And then a whole bunch of other people are going to say, can I do this with chicken breast? And to that I say, what do I say? We kind of need a t-shirt. I'm a legs and thighs girl. It's better with legs and thighs. You could do it with chicken breast if you want to. So first up on our little flavor journey here, we want to go with some fish sauce. Now this is like, if you guys have been traveling in Vietnam and you're sitting on the side of the street and you're having a beer and you get these like crispy sort of fish sauce, spicy kind of wings, this is what this vibe is all about. So the fish sauce is going to give us some saltiness and that umami, which I love. I'm going to add in also some garlic powder. And then here's like a little secret ingredient here, friends. This is chicken stock cubes. I love how they kind of look like really fancy chocolates, but not. They're not. Definitely not chocolate. But what the chicken stock cube is going to do is add like that extra kind of like chickeny salt kind of thing going on. That extra flavor and saltiness and, you know, all the things. So it's kind of like a secret little flavor bomb if you like. And then a little pinch of white pepper. You want to give that a really good mix. Now the cool thing about a fish sauce marinade is like fish sauce is super intense, so it doesn't need much time to work its magic. So I'm just going to leave that there while I get my sauce going. Now sauce is a little bit more fish sauce. Now I know what you're thinking, like, you know, is this going to be too salty? Is it going to be too fish saucy? Look, I'm not going to lie, it does have that kind of fish sauce flavor, but it really kind of mellows out at the end. You get a really great kind of saltiness without it being too overpowering. Trust me. Would I lead you astray on fried chicken? Never. Now I want some sugar here as well. And some lime juice. Now the only thing that's going to make this better is some nice spicy chilies, of course. Now you want to heat this up only just until that sugar dissolves. I don't want it to boil too rapidly because then you'll lose the fresh brightness of that lime. So just wait, swirl it around a little, wait for some bubbling, and then turn it off as soon as that sugar's dissolved. Okay, so here's where we start to get into the nitty-gritty of how we get that crispy chicken wing. Okay, first up, I want some corn flour, and that's cornstarch to you in the US. Now the little secret ingredient that I need here is baking powder. So baking powder is gonna be our friend that helps the surface of the chicken brown a lot faster and quicker. And before I get started on coating my chicken, I just want to check on my oil and see how hot it is. So the thing is here that I don't want this oil to be too hot because I actually want to cook the chicken twice. Yeah, we're going to do twice fried chicken. And the first cook is all about just making sure the chicken is all the way cooked through and also making sure that some of that moisture just beneath the skin kind of evaporates out. So that's the first step. So we don't want it too hot. We just want to see some nice, like civilized, sensible bubbles here. And you can use a wooden spoon or a chopstick, either one is fine. Now we want to get our chicken into our corn flour mix here, and you want to get it really well coated, but I want a really light coating here. So just make sure you tap off most of that excess. And then let's fry some chicken, guys. You know how happy that makes me. Now I'm going to do this in 2 batches because my wok's fairly large, so I can fit all of these pieces in nicely. Okay, so we need to leave our chicken in here for a good 10-15 minutes. I just want all of that chicken to cook all the way through quite gently, so I don't want a really golden deep color at this point. I just want the chicken to cook through and some of that moisture to evaporate. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. This chicken's had about 12 minutes now, so I'm gonna just lift it out, drain it on a baking rack. So you can see here we're starting to get the beginnings of like a little crustiness going on here, but we certainly don't have that deep dark color yet. So that's what we're gonna go after now. Now this time I want the oil really nice and hot. I want this to happen quickly. I want the crunch, I want the crispiness, I want the color, and I want it to happen quite dramatically. That's the sound. All right, now have a look at this. Once we've achieved this kind of level of color and crunch, that's when we know it's good. So this time you want to drain on paper towel because that's the best method, I think, of making sure that things aren't too oily. Okay, so we need a little appreciation moment here for like this golden crunchy tray of deliciousness right here. Fried chicken, a joy forever. But we're not done yet. So we want to get these guys into a little bowl here. And now here comes some little extra bits here that are gonna like level things up even more. So some fried garlic is gonna give us some extra punchy garlic flavor and some extra crunch. And then I want a little sprinkling of coriander here as well. And now I know that we've gone to a whole lot of trouble to get some crispy crunch here, but like the idea with these wings is that that crispy crunch coating kind of soaks up all of our salty, spicy kind of sauce. And you still get like a bit of crunch, you get a bit of salt, you get a bit of salt, you get a bit of like all the things. It all works out in the end, trust me. And now we're ready to serve. Okay, so now we're at the really great part of the video, and that is where I get to eat. Let me just grab a piece here. I just want to make sure that I'm doing a good job for you guys. Oh, like this smells incredible. Wow, I mean, that is like a huge explosion of salty umami and a little spicy and the fried chicken and like all the things. So good. It's hot. It's not gonna stop me from like eating a million of these. Yum. So good. That is so embarrassing. I can't believe I did it accidentally. Like I accidentally did a chicken dance while I was making chicken. I'm actually crazy. Anyway, the wings are good. Dancing, not so much.
Give me one more. One more.
If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks, guys.